Thank you, everybody, for coming out. The Statesmen this week traveled to Pensacola for their first ever road trip to West Florida. Second meeting all time. Last year, the Statesmen with a 55-51 victory over the Argonauts here in Cleveland. Statesmen, like I said, will make their first ever road trip to West Florida. West Florida coming off a 28-14 victory over Mississippi College. The Statesmen coming off a 29-26 loss at home against West Alabama. We're down 19 in the fourth quarter, almost completed the comeback. A Vince Sherrata field goal just missed wide right as the Statesmen fell to West Alabama. And with that, we will bring up head coach Todd Cooley. He'll take your questions and make an opening statement.
Appreciate everybody being here today. Obviously disappointed last week. We lost to a good football team. Felt like first time all year we lost a turnover battle. We were -1 in turnovers. Had a couple bad breaks, and we weren't able to overcome them. And you can't do that when you're playing a good team, and it didn't happen. But very proud of the resiliency of our team. Very proud of how those young men handled it. A lot of hurt feelings in the locker room after the game, and that's what you want. You know that we were all in, and it's going to make us hopefully better in the future. You don't have anything to do now but try to bounce back, and we're going to have a tough challenge this week in Pensacola. A team that is 4-1, playing extremely well. They had a big win last Friday night, and they're just like us. I think they're 2-1 in the league. We're 3-1 in the league. So, we're getting to the point now. It's getting in the thick of the Gulf South race, and we've got to play well. And it starts today at 3:45 at practice. So we've got to have a good day today and, go from here. Made a lot of mistakes. We can learn from them. They're all teachable, correctable things, and that's what we got to get done this week. So with that being said, I'll answer anything you got. Yeah, I thought he played really well. Colin's a good player. Breck's a good player. Colin was on the other night. Breck was a little off. Like I said before, it wasn't all Breck's fault. We had we got hit a couple times and uncharacteristic things for us in protections. We dropped some passes. But Colin's a good football player, and he's always ready to roll. And, he's probably the most unselfish guy we've got on the whole team. I was very pleased with when we made the decision to go with Colin, how Breck handled it. Breck was supportive of him, stayed in the game. Same thing Colin does for him. Got a couple special young men right there. And, but I thought Colin played well. He competed his tail off. I know he wishes he had 2 throws back that were open. But man, he didn't miss much. He made some tough throws and gave us a chance to come back and win. And just proud of our defense, proud of our whole team, proud of Vince. Vince Sherrata doesn't make any of those previous 3 field goals, that game's over. The momentum's dead, and we needed everything to just kind of fall in place. When you're behind, you spot a team like that night, you're down 19, you got to have everything go, and, it's kind of like we got it all the way back, and, I wish, hindsight's 20/20. Wish we had a couple of calls back, but that's what happens in a game like that when you got just seconds to make a call and things going. It just happens. But, proud of Colin the way he played. Very, very so. Need them both to continue to play well. I think they're very good up front defensively. They did a great job of slowing us down in the run game, and I think that was the difference in the game. I think they did a good job defensively. I think their punter is really, really good. He kept us backed up most of the game, and they do a good job in special teams. And, they got a dangerous offense, and I thought our defense played extremely well. But, they did hit a couple plays on us, and, that's going to happen when you play a team like that. They're going to get their shots, and they did a good job when they got a chance. But, they're just a solid football team, just like we are. They're a good team. I told you last week, I think they're a top 10 team, and I still believe that. And, don't get caught up in rankings or anything, but I think they're really good, and I think we're still good, and we just got to go back and prove it this week. another good football team. They're really good in all three phases. You know, defensively, they present you with a lot of looks. They're a 3-4 defense just like us. They bring a lot of pressure, you know, so it's kind of going to be like watching the same defense on both sides. You know, they're good at holding people down. You know, they don't throw it as much as they did a year ago, but they're very good throwing the football. You know, they're a little more balanced, and I think that just goes to show, you know, that it's now another year of recruiting for them. They got some, you know, some different players. Now they're starting to evolve more into a more balanced attack offensively, and they're really good in special teams. I think they're leading the conference in kickoff return yardage. Very dangerous punter. They give you about 60. It seems like every game they come out in a different punt formation, you know, so it's hard to line up to their punt team, which is very, 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 very tough and difficult. So they just do a good job. Coach Sinnig's a good coach. Got a great staff. They play really well at home. So you got to talk about a team that went down to Florida Tech, which is not an easy place to play. They beat Florida Tech at the end of the game, showed a lot of heart and resiliency to get that done, and they come back last week and handle business at home. I mean, they're a good football team. We're going to have our hands full, no doubt about it. I felt like this last week we had a couple of, you know, it's hard to win a game when you start the game and we're running in for a great play by their corner. You know, we're running in for a touchdown and we fumble the ball and it gets a touchback. So that's kind of a deflatable deal. You got to put through it, and then we throw a touchdown pass the second drive of the game, and unfortunately got that one called back for a holding call, which I thought was an effort play. But I think some of our mistakes, especially offensively, were just fundamentals. I don't know, we just got away from doing the things that we coach them to do and we were coached to do. And that's my challenge to our team this week is just, you know, you're playing with great effort, you're playing with great passion. You had a chance to quit the other night, you're never going to quit, and this bunch isn't going to quit. But can we do what we're coached to do for 60 minutes? And we got to create habits like that. You know, we haven't always done that, and in pressure situations, that's what you have to do. You have to be fundamentally sound and do what you're coached to do, and not you know, so much give up on the plan or the play and do some of those things. But we're more than capable of doing that. So, like I said, they're all correctable mistakes. The effort's there. It's just we're getting down, Jordan, to this part of the season. We got 5 games left. We played half of our season, over half of our season now, and 3 of them are on the road. And, you know, no bye week, which you just got to keep rolling, you know. And we got guys just like everybody else in the country right now. They're banged up, they're beat up, and it's not just because they got injured. It's just because it's week 6 and you're playing in the Gulf South Conference, you know, and snaps and those things are catching up with us. So we got to be able to push through those things and get some guys back this week. And, you know, no rest for us because West Florida's down there. I mean, they're having homecoming weekend. They're going to have, I'm sure, a great crowd, and they're going to be jacked up and ready to play, and we got to match that intensity. I won't know till I get there. I've never done it. I mean, I don't really know how to answer that question. It's still 100 yards long, 53 and 30 yards wide. I mean, football's not going to change, you know. So I think we just got to go down there and play ball. I mean, I don't think that's going to be a major deal. I really don't. I hear it's a really nice environment. I hear the visiting dressing room's real nice. I'm just concerned about kicking field goals into the bay because we don't have a lot of footballs in our program, and those things are expensive. So when we warm up on that end. So we're going to have to make some decisions there, you know, because, I mean, every time you kick one in there, and I'm talking about in warm-ups, I hope we get a chance to kick them in the game because that means we're getting a chance to score points, you know. I don't know if that'll happen, but in warm-ups we got to be really, really smart for sure. But game balls aren't cheap. I love this football team. They're just a great group of guys. I've said that all along. I enjoy being around them. They came in with energy Sunday. You know, they came in with energy yesterday to academic meetings. You know, guys checking on their grades. And every time they bounce into the field house, they got a lot of energy about them. And I don't know. I think this has a chance to be one of our better teams since I've been here. I really do. But it's what we're going to do over the next 5 weeks that's going to determine that, you know. So I don't know. I like this team. You know, we got a lot of characters on this team. Probably if I had to compare one, we're kind of like the 14 team, 13 team, some of my early year teams here. So, but this team's unique. It's got its own different personalities. You know, I just enjoy being around this bunch. They like to play football, and they like to compete, and that's a lot of fun. I think we got a really good defense. I think they enjoy playing defense. I think they enjoy being physical. I think they enjoy stopping people. And, you know, I think that what they did in the second half, you know, after that first score, what they did the rest of the game is, you know, no different than what we've seen all year. You know, they're a really good bunch. And just got to keep going with them. You know, they don't give up on plays, blocked an extra point the other night. They just keep getting after it. So it's really no different than what I've been seeing since camp started. Just a bunch that wants to fly around and play football. You get a lot better. I mean, everybody can get better. He had 15 tackles, but, you know, he also gave up some stuff in the pass game. So that's one reason he can get better right there. So, you know, everybody we got needs to get better. We got to get better. So, I mean, I got to get better. I mean, hell, we ain't going to get better. We're going to get beat. I mean, the teams that are going to keep playing and keep going to postseason and keep chasing their dreams are the teams that can keep getting better every week. And that means every individual has to keep getting better every day. And I can tell you right now, we can start with him as a pass coverage. He'd be the first one to tell you that. But he's a good player. I mean, but hey, he hasn't arrived. None of us have, you know. So we all got to get better. We'll throw one of them out there when the game starts. I don't know. I don't know yet. Somebody will start, but you know, don't know yet, and probably wouldn't tell you right now. No offense, but that's a great question. Now somebody will start the game, and you know, we'll play. And that's the tough thing about quarterback is, like I tell the guys all the time, you know, only one of them plays at a time. I mean, we're not going to play two of them at a time. We might. I don't know. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe we ought to put that in. But, you know, O-lineman, you got 5 of them out there. Receivers, sometimes you got 5 out there at a time. Sometimes you can put 2, 3 running backs on the field at a time. But quarterback's parents, he's either in the game or he's not. You know, and quarterbacks get way too much credit. They get way too much blame. You know, that was a team loss the other night. It wasn't the quarterback's fault. You know, it was a team loss. I had a part in it. Everybody had a part in it, you know. So, but both of them will prepare to start this week, and we'll make a decision, and we'll go. Appreciate that. Anything else? Thank y'all very much.